It's your semester 6 syllabus. The unit number 1 is completed through videos. Yes, any doubt about that?
No, sir.
No, means we have completed unit number 1. Now we have to go to unit number 2. That's the next unit. Again, it is related to the coordination compounds. But different parts are there. In that first part, that's a 2.1. We are discussing molecular orbital theory. Last semester for polyatomic systems like BH2, H2O, H3 linear or H3 plus triangular, you have studied that molecular orbital theory. In this topic, you will study the molecular orbital treatment for octahedral complexes. Generally, I am representing the formula for octahedral complex is ML6, where this M is a metal ion. Actually, charge remains on that, but I am neglecting this charge. L ligand can be with the negative charge or with no charge, but time being I am neglecting that charge. This complex ion can be with charge, but I am neglecting that charge time being. So generally I am seeing Ml6 is the octahedral complex. How can I establish from metal ion carrying percent charge and ligands? Just L. May there be charge or not? What will be the energy sequence? That we will study in this molecular orbital theory point. At the beginning, it is expected that we should discuss about sigma bond. Means sigma bonding and pi bonding. These two kinds of covalent bonding. There, which orbitals from metal ion, which and what are the shapes of those orbitals from ligands, how are they interacting? So that we are discussing. Then what are the ligands are there? Those ligands form a group. That's a ligand group orbitals. Their construction, metal ion orbitals and then the ligand group orbitals. Now these metal ion orbitals and ligand group orbitals, metal and ligand, total 6 ligands are there. Those 6 ligand will form a group and they will overlap as like in the BeH2 molecule, peripheral, 2 hydrogens, but these 2 hydrogen form a group and that 2 hydrogen group with wave function psi1 and psi2 interaction will be there with orbitals of beryllium. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Only one reply.
Repeat, sir. Yes, sir.
Last semester, you have studied BH2 molecule where you said these 2 peripheral hydrogens are there. They will combine, will form a group and the group orbitals will be psi1 and psi2. And these group orbitals will combine with wave function of orbital of 2s or 2p from central atom. Here is a beryllium, but if I consider water, then oxygen will be the central atom and these 2 hydrogen will be the peripheral. Their group will be there and their interaction. If I consider H3, then there will be the 3 hydrogens. These 2 will be the peripheral and 1 will be the central. So peripheral hydrogens, peripheral atoms, their group orbitals, the group wave functions will interact with orbitals of the central atom. That is a basis. Have you studied that? Last semester, MO diagram for BeH2 molecule was there. MO diagram for H2O molecule was there. MO diagram for H3 or H3 plus were there, about which I am talking. And for that, videos separate were prepared. What happened? That portion was omitted. Are you there in the classroom or not? Yeah, you are there. Yes, have you studied that portion or not in semester 5? That's my question.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now replies are there. In between, what happened? I was out of range.
No.
So I could not understand what is happening because no complete pin drop silence was there. Okay, good. It's not very fair, but now I'm finding in chat box here. So I came to this screen, therefore I could see what you are answering in the chat. But when I remain on the presentation screen, at that time I do not understand what you are going to chat there, what you are going to text there. Okay. Same way here in coordination compounds, central atom or ion is metal and 6 ligands are there. 6 ligands will form a group. That's a ligand group orbitals. And metals are there, metal orbitals are there. Out of that, few orbitals are suitable to form sigma bonds. Which are those orbitals? So orbitals from metal and orbital from ligand, they will overlap. They will interact to produce MO diagram, molecular orbital diagram. So molecular orbitals for ML6 complex that we are going to study. And then pi bonding. 2 kinds of pi bonding is there. M to L kind of pi bonding and other is L to M kind of pi bonding. So what is that? When does it occur? What are the consequences of that? That we will come to know. But before that, the crystal field splitting parameter, which energy levels are involved in that splitting parameter, those things should be clear to you. Then you will understand this portion. And then few examples are there to construct the MO diagram. Only one type of MO diagram is there. Little changes are there depending upon field is strong or weak, depending upon ligand strength. Ligand is weak or strong. So that we will discuss. It's a MO diagram, is molecular orbital diagram. In computer exams also, questions on this topic, these points do come. And if your regular college starts and if the printed descriptive paper remains, then certainly one question will be there on drawing MO diagram, constructing MO diagram for maximum marks, means 5 marks. Plus additional question, explain its magnetic property, explain its stability. Yes, is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And even if MCQs are there, then also on that questions are possible, but those somewhat what remains simple. Those can be made difficult over there, combining CFSE concept, combining crystal field triggers, unit 1 concept. It depends how far you prepare. Okay, fine. It is a one portion in unit number 2. Second portion, if somebody prepares a complex, say FeCN6 minus 4 or potassium ferrocyanide, then what about its stability? How far long it will exist? What temperature it can sustain? Up to what temperature that complex will remain stable? So stable and unstable, for person also we say, no, a stable person or unstable person, disturbed person. So stability is a thermodynamic consideration, but similar to stability, there is a kinetic perspective. And in kinetic perspective, the terms used are inert and labile. So inert means somewhat stable. It is not very perfect, but for understanding, for cognizance point of view. Here, which terms are there in thermodynamic consideration? Stable or unstable. So the stable means somewhat inert and unstable means it's a labile. It is not very scientifically perfect, but just for understanding purpose. So those points we are going to discuss for coordination compounds. To make this concept clear, I give you one example or various cases I put in front of you. With that, thermodynamic concept and kinetic concept will be clear to you. At this moment, first instance, what student thinks over there? Energy involvement, thermodynamic enthalpy change, entropy change, Gibbs free energy change, temperature change, pressure change. These are the thermodynamic considerations we consider. Thermodynamic factors we do consider. Enthalpy, entropy, heat content. Related to that, if we discuss stability, then that's a thermodynamic stability. Means if I consider this pen and if I keep this pen on a flame, what the temperature of that flame, depending upon that pen will remain. Otherwise, temperature is very huge, and if I keep a long duration, then this pen will melt. So at that temperature, this pen is not stable. But now in room temperature, yes, this body is what the stable. So stability we understand in terms of formation or deformation. That is the one of the concept. Chemistry says there is a one of the concept. Means study if you want to do, then what generally we say, there should be focus. Concentration should be there while studying. That concentration is one kind of bonding with content and psych. Content means study material and you are reading. So your focus is there, your attention is there. So your bond is there. It's a strong bond. You are not deviated. You are reading. You are not deviated. Focus is there. Means what other were going on, which things are going on, you are not paying attention. That's the focus is called thermodynamic stability. Bond formation is there. Other, just wait, let me see who wants to enter. Mayur. Other student is studying, book is there, but concentration is not there. Attention is not there. Means sometimes we go in the zero vision, no? We go on seeing, but we don't know what we are seeing, what we are finding, what we are observing. Only we go on seeing that. Only we observe that. So our vision remains zero vision. No perfectly, no capture of something. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So bond related to thermodynamic consideration. Or reverse is bond breaking. Suppose if I am paying attention to the one point or one aspect, and by any means anything comes over there, I do not get disturbed. Means I am focused. Thermodynamic stability is there. But suppose if I get disturbed over there, disturbed in the sense concentration is not there. I am not understanding what I am going to see. This is psychological point of view. Many times it happens, no? You read the book, but you do not read. That is what thermodynamically unstable. Atoms are there closer, everything is there, but there's a no bond formation. There is a no binding. There's a thermodynamic instability. And about kinetic, there is a exchange or there is a speed of the reaction. Change means now I am going to pay the attention towards the instruction. What I am going to that I have to give the instruction to you. So complete focus is there. Very next time, suppose if I go on doing the other task, I'm going to write something. Very next time, suppose I do the other task. So while giving instruction, one focus. While doing that task of writing, then also focus. While doing other tasks, then also focus. Possible. But from this attention, from this ligand, from this attachment, my concentration shifted to other tasks, this one, that one, that is called as lability, change, exchange. And inertness means what? No change. Means if I am giving instruction, do anything, I will go on doing that thing. Concentration is there. By the way, I am not changing, I am not exchanging the task. If I started to study the physical chemistry, yes, I will focus thoroughly. Focus means thermodynamic stability. And I am not exchanging that with other, means it is what the inertness. But now physical, very next moment organic, very next moment analytical, very next moment inorganic is a lability. So lability is related to exchange, change, and especially substitution reactions. I think in organic chemistry you have studied addition reaction, substitution reaction. There's a different types of the reactions. So here we are discussing the substitution reactions. So what is the thermodynamic consideration? What is the kinetic consideration? That we are going to discuss in detail. One example I give it to you. Few amongst you, they maybe have a habit to see the serial, watch the serial, X serial that you are going to watch. But serial remains with break. When break comes, there are students, they study, focus on study. As soon as break finishes, focus on serial. Break comes, study. So their concentration also is there. Concentration serial is there, concentration study is there. And by the way, lability is there. So stability means inertness, not always. Lability possible. And few were no proper attention, but exchange, no proper doing other things, nothing doing properly, no focus. So instability is there and lability is there. And sometimes what happens? Instability is there. I don't know what I'm going to observe. I have no that consciousness. I'm not thinking in that. Zero vision is there. Zero vision for long duration. I'm not going to exchange with other. So that is what instability and inertness. So all four possibilities are there. Stability may be there, inertness may be there, stability may be there, lability may be there, instability may be there, inertness may possible, instability, lability. All these four possibilities, how for our psychological aspect may possible. Similarly, the four possibilities are there for coordination compounds. Up to your concept clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that stability, if any complex possesses, then it to be measured how far long that stability is there. So as like we say, the compound is stable up to particular temperature. For example, water will remain water, means liquid, till 100 degrees Celsius, considering normal temperature, normal pressure outside. After 100 degrees centigrade, what will happen? Water will convert to gas. Liquid will convert to vapor. So that existence of that state is adhered to temperature, or bond strength, how is strong, accordingly temperature will be high. So temperature is one of the factor, but we are measuring the stability in terms of bond strength or equilibrium constant, formation equilibrium constant. So there are constants, stability constants in that stepwise stability constant, overall stability constant, and relationship. Stepwise formation constant will be represented by K1, K2, and K3. 1, 2, 3 are different steps. Overall formation constant will represent beta 1, beta 2, or beta 3, and so on. So relationship between them, that we have to study. That point is mentioned as constant with their interrelationship. Very, very simple mathematics is there in this part. And last part is the essence of that topic. Factors affecting thermodynamic stability. In that, metal ion we will discuss, ligands we will discuss, and other factors also we will discuss. Chillate also will be the one phenomenon. Steric hindrance will be there. Force of configuration will be there. All those factors we will discuss. It is our second part of unit number 2, That's a thermodynamic stability or stability of the metal complexes. Thermodynamic study of the complexes. At the beginning, thermodynamic consideration means what? Kinetic consideration means what? Those perspectives we are studying, and later on we are focusing on thermodynamic consideration. The third part is kinetic consideration, and it is labeled as reactivity. During reaction, how fast exchanges are there, accordingly lability and inertness we will understand, and for that the different reactions are there that you are going to study. For your syllabus, substitution reactions are there, but at the beginning we are studying the at the beginning of comparing inorganic and organic reactions, and then you are studying the types of reactions that I was saying. The redox reaction may possible, substitution reaction, in substitution, nucleophilic substitution, electrophilic substitution. That comparison we will do in the organic and the inorganic chemicals. Here in coordination compounds, metal is at center, ligands are surrounding that the metal. Yes, will anybody answer who is with positive charge in complex?
Metal.
Right, metal is positively charged. Ligands may be negatively charged or neutral. If they are neutral, like water molecule, then water molecule has a complete set neutral, but water molecule has partial charges. Oxygen will be with partial negative charge, and hydrogens will be with partial positive charges. So charges will be there in case of such ligands. So negative pole of the ligand will point towards the metal. So negative charge, and here metal is positively charged. So nucleus positively charged, electron negatively charged. So nucleophile means a species which will get attracted towards nucleus, attracted towards positive charge. So will you help me? Who is nucleophile here, metal or ligand?
Not clear, sir.
Okay, have you heard this word nucleophile and electrophile?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Nucleus, what is the charge on nucleus?
Positive.
What is the charge on electron?
Negative.
Negative. Who are nucleophiles? Who will love positive charge? Who will get attracted towards positive charge? Nucleophile. Who will be nucleophile? Who will love nucleus? Phile means love. Who will love nucleus?
Ligands.
Right. In general sense. In general sense.
Electrons.
Electrons or which charged species?
Negative. Charge.
Right, negatively charged species will attract towards nucleus, will attract towards positive charge. So who are nucleophile? Negatively charged species. Let it be electron, let it be any negative radical, negative ion, let it be ligand. Here ligands are nucleophile. And metal, how will you understand? Metals are positively charged. So positive charge will love negative charge. So positively charged species, positively charged metal ions, what can we say for them? Those are nucleophile, electrophile?
Electrophile.
Right, electrophile. From organic chemistry point of view, different radicals are there. Here, metal and ligand, about which only we have to talk. And there we are talking about the substitution reaction related to ligand. Substitution, therefore, S. And it is related to ligand. Now answer for my question. Ligands are nucleophile or electrophile? Ligands are nucleophile or electrophile?
Nucleophile.
Yes, nucleophile. So you might have heard in 12th standard also, SN1, SN2, such mechanisms. So what are these mechanisms? SN1 is a dissociative mechanism. SN2 is an associative mechanism from inorganic chemistry point of view. So what are those mechanisms, associative and dissociative, that we are going to study? So study of nucleophilic substitution reaction is included. And last portion, that's a acid hydrolysis. Other types of reactions as base hydrolysis and anation. These are the types of reactions. So these SN1 and SN2 generally you are studying as a mechanism, and then you're applying that mechanism to acid hydrolysis reaction, base hydrolysis reaction, and anation reaction. What is meant by acid hydrolysis, base hydrolysis, and anation? You will come to know slowly, and you only will answer what the mechanism is involved in that. Before that, you should know what is SN1 and what is SN2. What is dissociative mechanism and associative mechanism. So in this third part, you are discussing the reaction mechanisms. Reaction mechanisms for substitution reaction. Yes, up to here, partly concept clear. Suppose if not clear, don't worry about that. We are discussing in detail.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now see, the fourth part is about electronic spectra. What is spectra? Will anybody answer? Many times you might have heard this word, no? Spectra or spectrum. What is spectra?
Bands of color.
What? Types of color or bands of color? I could not hear clearly.
Color.
Spectra means color? No. But spectras are related to color, right? Improve. Can anybody improve the answer? Is my question clear? If no, then say no.
Yes, sir.
Say answer. Whatever you think you answer. You can use other language, no problem. What is the meaning of spectrum or spectra? Spectra is a plural of spectrum.
Variations.
Variations of what? Deviations or variations of what?
Wavelength.
Wavelength means what? Color. Okay, right. Now I help. Have you seen rainbow?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a spectrum of visible light. Spectrum. Intensity may vary. All colors may not be same intense. It depends on scattering also. So deviation. So through prism also you will find. So various colors. Actually one color white is there and we split that color and we get the representation. That's a spectrum. But don't keep our study with only this restricted concept. If I pass that light through one compound, then what happens? That compound also is with its own need of light, own requirement of light, and that compound will absorb some light and remaining light compound will give. Means there are the various persons. You are with the food packets. If it carries to one person, then person will take what it needs. So remaining thing will be transferred. So what are the complete things are there when splitted, when shown? That's the one aspect of spectrum. But out of that one thing is absorbed, remaining things are thrown, then you will come to know what is absorbed on the basis of spectrum. So spectrum is a understanding of electromagnetic radiation absorption or emission. Few students have seen the chromat, so or you can say flame photometry experiment. In flame photometry, because of the potassium ion, the flame color was changing, right? To emitted was different. That's an emission. So if electron from high energy comes to low energy, emission will be there. If electron excite from low energy to high energy, there will be absorption. Reason may be anything. Reason may be emission, return of electron, or maybe absorption, excitation of electron. There will be electromagnetic radiation dealing. So which wavelength is absorbed, that will be absent there. Remaining wavelengths will be there. So which wavelength is absorbed, that is our absorption spectrum. Which wavelength or wavelengths are emitted, that is our emission spectrum. To make this concept clear, now listen carefully. Suppose any hand injury is there or finger injury is there, maybe crack or the hair crack may be there in the bone. Then what doctor will suggest? X-ray. X-ray is not a spectrum. X-ray is a part of the spectrum. X-ray can be used for spectrum. But when I keep my finger, when X-ray passes through that, wherever there is a fracture, through that rays will pass. Wherever there is a no fracture, rays can't pass. So afterwards, I will get negative, or negative can be developed, or with help of negative only I will understand that here rays are pass and here rays are not pass. Here is a crack. Are you following what I am saying?
Yes, sir.
So study of bombarded radiation, study of bombarded electromagnetic radiation, and study of resulted electromagnetic radiation. What is there on the developer screen? And that study will say something about the alignment of bones. That study will reveal the if any fracture is there or not. I'd like you will understand the X-ray for the bone. Likewise, it is not fair to say X-ray of the chemicals, but similar way, we bombard sometimes gamma rays, X-rays, visible rays, or infrared rays. Any radiation we can bombard on that chemical or the compound or the substance, and substance will absorb one or few radiations, and remaining will be left, thrown, transmitted, reflected. So what is not there, that you will find with the help of what? What a result that you are getting on the screen. So what the result of all radiations you are getting, what is that? That's a spectrum. Here there's absorption of radiation. Sometimes what happens, because of temperature or by any means, that electron or anything gets energy, goes to high energy level and then returns. While returning, it itself emits the radiation. It itself gives the new color. Flame photometry you have seen, or in Diwali or Ganesh festival or any festival, we throw the crackers and the crackers show the colors. Those colors are emitted, those wavelengths are emitted. Those our eyes could see, and our Range of observation is visible range. Spectrum is only not visible. It can be in infrared. It can be in gamma rays or X-rays. It can be in microwave. Therefore, different labels are there to the spectrum. If it is invisible, ultraviolet or visible, we say the spectrum is due to yes, help me, transition of yes, due to transition of electrons. It is in UV and visible. In physical chemistry, you might have studied. Have you studied microwave spectra or IR spectra or NMR spectra or ESR spectra? Yes, which
Yes, sir.
spectra? Which you have studied?
IR.
Which?
I.
IR.
Yes, IR. That infrared radiations are with some their own limitation of energy, low energy radiations. So they will deal with molecular things. Electronic energy levels is one thing. Electronic energy level, one thing. In molecule, if two atoms are there, they will vibrate. Vibration. It also needs energy. Is other thing. Second thing. I repeat. Electronic energy level, one thing. Vibration. Second thing. And rotation. Third thing. For vibration, less energy needed than electron transition. So less energetic after visible infrared. So IR spectra is dealing with what? Vibrations. Which vibrations? Allowed vibrations, not allowed vibrations, asymmetric, symmetric. That's a different concept. But my point of interest here is to inform you IR is dealing with vibration of atoms in a molecule. Okay. Other spectra which you have studied? Yes, anyone? Last semester, Patil sir has given no one topic he has covered. Which spectra? Analytical chemistry I am saying. At least complete now. What is that? What I wrote there? Just at least read. Somebody should read what I wrote there. It is a short form of the representation.
UV visible.
Right, UV visible. So if UV visible transitions are used and some among them is partly absorbed, then what will result you will get? That's a spectra, that's UV visible spectra, and that is due to electrons, that is due to electronic energy level. So electronic spectra, that's our topic. Electronic spectra, also called UV visible spectra, about which we are discussing. Do you remember last semester you have studied that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now one more spectra you have to suggest me. Anyone?
Raman spectra.
Okay, Raman spectra and IR spectra are related. Raman spectra. It is a type of scattering. Scattering difference is there. Therefore, only name is there. IR and Raman are related. Other. Yes.
X-ray.
Actually. Okay. X-ray spectra also impossible. But for that particular energy, K to L, means it is not related to the electron, but to remove the electron. Highly energetic. No. To ionization that is used. Means when ionization is studied, at that time those can be what used, or the scattering of the electron to remove the electron. X-rays are highly energetic, those are X-rays, gamma rays. Whatever I'm writing there, can anybody complete?
Microwave.
Right, microwave spectra, microwave regions. These are the less energetic than infrared. Means 3 times of the energy levels I told you in the molecule. One, electronic energy levels. To move electron from one energy level to other energy level, you need energy from ultraviolet or visible region. So electronic spectra is called as UV visible spectra. To vibrate the molecule from one state to other state, one state to other state, for that vibration you need a energy of infrared region. So that is called as IR spectra. And to rotate the molecule, one state, other state, one state, other state, to convert from one state to other state, you need energy, and that energy lies in microwave region. So that is called as microwave spectra or rotational spectra. Rotational, vibration, electronic, these are the types of spectra. Out of that we are discussing electronic spectra, especially related to coordination compounds. So what's the origin of electronic spectra? Answer is electron. Answer is electronic energy level. So how electrons do move from one energy level to other energy level, that you cannot study. What are the types of electronic transitions for coordination compounds? Means intra-ligand transition, charge transfer transitions, intra-metal transitions, means within metal. That is called as DD transitions or FF transitions. While studying lanthanoids or actinoids, you have studied that. FF transitions. Last year, DD transition, or this year also in crystal field theory, explanation of color of titanium aqua complex. Purple color of titanium aqua complex is due to absorption of green wavelength that you have studied. So these types of all transitions you are studying, what are the characteristics of those transitions? Those transitions are abiding with selection rules. Whenever you have studied microwave spectra or rotational spectra, you can say IR spectra or Raman spectra, selection rule remain. These are allowed transitions and not allowed transitions. So for electronic spectra also selection rules are there, Laporte selection rule and general rule. 3 rules are there. So what are those rules? With examples we are studying them. Then the important part where up to here anybody can study, where you get the study material, no, you will understand. But these 2.4 and 2.5, these parts are there where teacher's perspective is certainly needed. We'll read, partly we'll understand, but concept will not be clear. In true sense, what is meant by electronic configuration? What are the electronic states? Only electronic configuration is not states. That is expressed by means of different states. And very fine states are microstates. But before that, you will understand terms means what, term symbol means what. And rules are there to determine the ground state term that you are going to study. And for study, P2 and D1, these things are included. It is your unit number 2. It is somewhat big unit, lengthy unit. But one by one, we have to cover that. Especially other things. Electronic spectra is the only topic where some insight is necessary. Other topics, other studies are pretty much is there. If you read, then also you will understand those things. Okay. Up to here, whatever I discuss, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. Do you have textbooks?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If anybody doesn't have, then bring it to my notice, because now onwards we should go a little bit fast. So textbook means study material will be there. If not, then I will scan, or you also can help me. You also can take a snapshot, scanning and preparing PDF file, and you can upload in our group, or you can send to that particular student. So if anybody has no book, at least soft copy somebody will be with, and you can read that. So study material you can make available. So it will be easy for me to complete the task. Tomorrow I have lecture or not, I'm not sure. Yes, do you have lecture tomorrow on your class as per timetable?
Yes, sir.
At what time?
10 to 11.
Yeah. Okay, then tomorrow we'll have the discussion, and tomorrow we will start with molecular orbital theory, this part. If you have any doubt or any question about today's discussion, you can freely ask.
No doubt, sir.
No doubt.
So shall we stop now?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
sir.
whatever I am showing to you, could you able to see that, read that PDF file? Yes, could you see this PDF file?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
PDF, the molecular orbital theory and coordinate compounds, right? Unit 2.
Yes.
Okay, but why I'm not finding here shading going on? Okay, I think I hided that portion. No. Okay, so I stopped the presentation, I stopped the recording, and I declare here today's session, today's lecture is over. See you